Coming up, not only spring, but tax season's here, and you need to be prepared.
That's right. Find out why knowing about the alternative minimum tax is so important. That story next on News Channel 4 HD. This morning we are talking about an important issue in tax law. It's called the alternative minimum tax, or AMT. Many families mistakenly think AMT doesn't affect them at all, but those taxpayers are getting hit with it for the first time this year or possibly next year. Here's what you need to know. If you think the alternative minimum tax is just for the super wealthy, think again. For the first time in history, families with a sizable but not exorbitant income are paying the alternative minimum tax. It's 26% up to 28% for those who make about $110,000 a year to $250,000 a year.
It's really for those making $250,000 or less, not $250,000 or more.
CPA Joshua Jensen has several clients who didn't have to pay AMT in 2008, but who do have to pay in 2009. He expects many more families will pay in 2010 and in 2011.
Here's the deal. When you start making over a certain dollar amount, they start taking away even more deductions, and that's now why we're seeing people subject to it.
It is a complicated formula because Congress changes the income guidelines annually. Tax experts are about the only ones who really understand it. Those computer tax programs usually do compute whether or not your family is subject to AMT. However, the computer programs may not be able to minimize your burden like a CPA could.
If you're preparing your own taxes, especially if you're preparing your taxes manually, it's almost a guarantee you're going to miss this alternative minimum tax.
Form 6251 is the one you'll need to figure out if you have to pay alternative minimum tax. It's something to keep in mind when you're doing taxes this year and considering your withholdings and other tax strategies for tax year 2010. Best thing is if you do think your family might be subject to the alternative minimum tax this year or likely next year, talk with a CPA about what you can do to reduce your burden.